So in this video, me and my friends are discussing McCamey Manor. This was a discussion that we had like a long time ago. I took a long ass time to like get this video out. So I apologize to the guys for taking so long to even get this out, but you know. But I wanted to jump in real quick, and one of the guys in this discussion messaged me with some news that apparently Russell McCamey had been charged with some crimes, but apparently, as I'm seeing right now, those charges have been dropped as of September 2024, per this guy. I don't know anything about that. We're not going to get into really any of that. We're just talking about the manor in this video. So I don't know about like this news about him being arrested or what the details of his charges are. I don't really give a fuck. It's not that deep for me. Like, I just wanted to discuss the manor and how absurd it is. So that's what you're going to be getting in this video. Other than that, another note is that I am not really gonna edit much of this video. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna edit it to make it look nice and podcasty and shit. The way I set it up originally is absolute trash, but I don't really feel like putting a lot of effort in to edit it because this channel really isn't for that. It's for me to fuck around and not really put that much effort into what I'm doing. So pardon the scuffness. I'll try to, if we do a podcast in the future, I'll try to make it look better, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Let's get into the video. First things first, what does everybody know about McCamey Manor?
I've been researching this whole week. I just watched a Hulu doc on it last night, actually. So
I admittedly, my knowledge of it is more constrained to the legal side of things. So I've done a little bit of research on the waiver. I know a little bit on sort of the legal side of McCamey Manor, and not necessarily the controversy that's been embroiled in, but like the various sort of interplay of legal concepts that are inherent, I guess, in the line of work that they do.
I just basically know that this is a place where you can be paid to be tortured.
You could be paid if you win.
No. You pay to be tortured.
no, you don't pay.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't pay.
Oh, you don't pay.
Well, you pay somewhat. You have to pay. You pay in like product basically. I think it's like you buy dog food or something, and then that counts as like your admission fee, as it were.
Yeah, and they like donate the dog food to a Greyhound Association or something like that.
Well, isn't that just wholesome?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're doing anything wrong. I mean,
But what is it? You win if you survive, quote unquote survive, then you get like some money.
Yeah, if you survive, you get like what is it? A couple of
$20,000.
$20,000.
But no
I thought it
one
was like
has ever won.
50. I thought they
No one
upped
has ever
it
survived.
recently.
They may have. I mean, they should. But the thing is that nobody has ever won, right? So nobody's ever actually claimed any prize. So my question is like, is there actually a prize to give?
Yeah, what if somebody actually like wins and then they're like, oh, we actually don't have the money?
I mean, if they do
Well,
that, then
that's
you could very easily sue.
Andre, did we want to start like, I don't know, talking about haunted houses in general and then like pivot to McCamey Manor?
We can
and
do
then
that,
start
yeah.
talking
Like what haunted houses are supposed to be, because calling this shit a haunted house is so incorrect. Like this is
Agreed.
not a
It's
haunted
basically
house.
torture light is what it is.
Yeah,
like,
it's a torture house. It's not a haunted house. There's nothing. It's like, oh, Russell McCamey will always like say like, oh, I love doing haunts and this is a haunt. Like nothing. It's not a haunt. You're just torturing people.
Well, the thing I found out recently is actually McCamey Manor started as just a regular haunted house.
True.
I didn't know that, but yeah, it started as just a home haunt. The guy was really into horror. He had a bunch of props and stuff. Kids would line up around the block to get in. It was like a family-friendly thing, and it was all fun. But according to his employees, it got more extreme and more extreme year after year until eventually kids were banned, and then it started becoming this torture chamber that it is today.
I've also heard things like their neighbors are scared to have their children's like running around outside because of the shit that they hear that their neighbor is doing. So it's like it's even scaring the neighbors.
The waiver itself is exceptionally interesting. And I know we'll probably get into that later, but like there's legitimately a provision about that in the waiver, which I find pretty interesting.
About the neighbors?
Yeah, it's like something to do with like if the neighbors ask you any questions, like you have to respond a certain way. It's very bizarre.
So this is a well thought out, like very like somebody knew what they were doing when making the waiver.
Oh yeah, I mean, this guy would be in jail if they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So Matt, you want to start us off on what haunted houses are supposed to be, since you're a connoisseur of going to haunted houses?
Sure, I got you. I got your intro right here. You ready? So, I'm a haunted house enthusiast. I'd say about each year I go to between like 5 and 6 different haunted attractions. I try to do in recent years, I've been doing like new ones each year. My fiance and I are very much into it, and we love getting scared. It's kind of that like sense of thrill when you really don't have anything to be scared of. It's kind of similar to horror movies and roller coasters, two things that I very much enjoy as well. It's that sense of this seems scary, and you should feel scared, but at the same time, you're completely safe. And I think that's what draws a lot of people to them, because you're walking through a haunted house, and okay, you see a guy with a chainsaw, or you see what's supposed to be dead bodies hung up, and your natural response is, okay, this is scary. I should be scared. But you know the same thing's not going to happen to you, because these are professional businesses that are just meant for fun, to scare you, but to not leave you physically or hopefully not psychologically harmed. And that's what a haunted house should be. It should be something that's fun. I know several kids that go through even some of the more extreme haunts that I've been to. So I've been to ones like Field of Screams. The actors can touch you. They can like grab your ankles and such. They can even pull you into different rooms, separate you from your group. This past year, I went to Penhurst Asylum. That one was pretty extreme too, I would say. But even the most extreme ones that I've been to, the touching stops at just like grasping at ankles, or they might even like slightly nudge you with like a blunt object that maybe it like stings mildly, but it's never really the intention to hurt you. But that's what a haunted house should be. Even the most extreme ones, there's a level of safety. And even the most extreme ones, like I haven't been to some of the really extreme ones where it almost is like bordering on torture. But even those, there's one called miasma out there that a lot of like military veterans set up for. And they'll sign up for stuff like that where they are electrocuting you, for example.
Miasma.
Yeah, I forget where that's located, but I heard about that the other day.
Miasma
They
torture house.
electrocute you there. They shoot you with, I assume, not bullets. I'm assuming it's probably like rubber
I'm
bullets.
assuming
I'm
not bullets.
assuming it's not lethal freaking high caliber rounds. Is this
I
it right
hope.
here that I'm looking
Yeah,
at?
that looks like it. Yep. And they'll do some torture methods and stuff, but the thing sets that apart from a place like mckamey Manor is they're constantly checking in with you. They're saying, "Are you okay? Do you want to continue?" And there's a safe word. The safe word is aptly named safety. And if you say that safe word, they stop. Your show's over. You're done. Then there's mckamey Manor, which has no safe word. It's infamous for being known that there is no quitting. And the levels of torture they inflict upon you are nothing that I would imagine anyone would consider fun. You will get into the waiver later, but there's names in there about, oh, if you have broken bones, brain trauma, stuff like that. It's just a normal part of the experience. And he says you will leave with bruises, cuts, scrapes. They can shave your head.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that makes mckamey Manor just so, I guess, depraved is kind of the word I'm looking for here. It's not a haunted house. To call it a haunted house, I think, would kind of be a disservice to haunted houses. I think it's a glorified torture chamber, frankly.
I heard that in the actual manor, he treats military people the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense because they can take the worst, not to excuse what he's doing, but I feel like he has that connection with them. He kind of feels like this dominance and power, I think, especially over military people. Like, shit, they've been in the military. Look what I'm doing to them, kind of thing. I think that's probably what gets in his head.
This is super interesting, though, from like a military perspective, because without getting super into specifics for those watching at home, I have a boss who quite literally served in Afghanistan right after 9/11. And I showed him this, and he was like, yeah, dude, I think I can handle this, like, whatever. And I'm like, I respectfully know you can't. Like, this is above level, like, stuff. And he was looking at it, and he was like, yeah, I mean, to be completely honest with you, after reading this, I don't know if I could. And I know, like, some people in the military do it as a way of, like, feeling something, I guess, after serving. But even that, I think, is a little bit too far afield.
Let's go ahead and take a tour of this website, because I actually have not been on this website before. It literally looks like a website from like 2006. So this guy is
I
not.
think before we
Bro
get
has a
into
rudimentary understanding of HTML and JavaScript.
That's what I'm saying.
he did get kicked out. So his original location in LA, he's no longer in because of the neighbor complaints that have happened. I think there was a petition that got like 20,000 signatures or something like that
Yes.
for him to stop what he's doing. So the weird thing is he didn't even try to fight that. He was just like, okay. And he packed up and left like apparently super quickly, according to the neighbors. Now he's in Tennessee. And I think this Descent event is like a new version of the already horrific mckamey Manor. So I don't know what kind of debauchery he's got in this one. But yeah, he's now in Tennessee doing this. I think an hour south of Nashville is what I hear.
All right, so we have a contact page here that's straight out of 2004. It's literally just a name, email, subject, and message with a nice picture of a Russ holding a dog in the middle of all this fucking debauchery. Good lord.
At least he's still a dog lover.
Presumably a greyhound.
Yeah.
That dog does not look happy.
That dog is like, please get me out of here right now. And Russ is just having the time of his life because he's a psychopath.
Is this at his personal residence? Like, does he live where this happens?
I think he does, doesn't he?
It's unclear. Each event kind of has different locations, to my understanding. So there are some that he'll do in his house. There's some that he does in like fields. I've seen him do it at like a river. Like he takes people around like randomly, just around everywhere, pretty much. And even one event could start in like a field, and then you go to his house later on, or go to like an undisclosed location. So it kind of happens all over the place.
Right. Okay.
It's an 8-hour experience.
I assume that he has like a big ass plot of land, and there's like his house, and then there's quote unquote the manor.
I think that's correct. I think he does have like a pretty significant amount of land that he uses for something like this.
Okay. Contact page, bare bones. There's a requirements page that looks like this. Good lord.
Yes, that's right. So you do have to pass a doctor's physical in order to compete in this, which is crazy. To me, that's just, yeah.
The one and only original extreme haunted attraction and survival horror challenge. Like it's fucking Resident Evil. For your safety, you must meet basic requirements. Be 21 and above, or 18 to 20 with parents' approval. So you need a permission slip signed.
Yep.
Completed a sports physical and doctor's letter stating you are physically and mentally clear. Pass a background check provided by provided by mckamey Manor. Be screened via FB or Facebook, FaceTime, or phone. You gotta be so you gotta be interviewed first.
Yeah, and during that interview, I hear that he's constantly repeating, "You do not want to do this. Trust me, you do not want to do this. Like, what's wrong with you? You don't want to do this." And people still go through.
Yeah, which should be your first and last sign when you turn around and run. Proof of medical insurance. Sign a detailed 40-page waiver, which is the waiver that you sent me, right, Norman?
Yeah, I don't know if it's 40 pages, but it's pretty in depth.
Yeah, okay. And pass a portable drug test on the day of the show. So those are
you just gotta prove you're not like beat out when you're doing this.
Yeah. So you're not on like meth while you're doing this.
And that's another thing. So if you like on the day of the show, this is televised. Like this information can be disseminated for entertainment purposes, which I think is another thing that I think we kind of overlook. This is something that could be shown to audiences for entertainment purposes, which I think is bizarre.
I believe that it's each quote unquote haunt is live streamed in their Facebook group,
which is nuts to me.
Yeah, that's what I believe happens. Desolation is the next one.
Oh, he's got an Alabama location now. No kidding.
Hauntsville, Alabama. Is that an actual location? Hauntsville? Oh, whoops. Yeah. I can't read.
Oh God, he's expanding.
Yeah. So we got Huntsville, Nashville.
Real.
We got a must watch, which I believe this one right here is this video right here is like required for everybody to watch before they do the actual challenge.
Is that a 2-hour video?
Yeah, it's a 2-hour video of literally like everybody and like all the other contestants or whatever, just so that everybody can like see. So basically, this video is just like an intro video for anybody that wants to participate, and it's just them showing. It's a 2-hour video showing what the contestant will be getting into if they so that. So this is like a scare tactic, like, hey, you got to know somewhat of what you're going to be getting into before you go in. So make sure you watch this video, and then after they watch the video, it's just like, okay, are you still in? And they show everything. I don't know what the hell happened to this guy. This guy got glitter bombed, and we have warnings right here. We have a whole image, and oh my goodness, we have a.
I like how they spelled wimp wrong.
Wait, where's? Oh, yeah.
In like 7,000 point font.
Oh yeah, shit.
Be warned, McKamey Manor is not your standard boo haunted house. This is an audience participation event in which you will live your own horror movie. This is a rough, intense, and truly frightening experience. You must be in great health to participate. Last year's haunt was absolutely nothing compared to the new McKamey Manor. New for 2023, McKamey Manor presents Descent, the next evolution in the interactive survival horror theater. Theater, okay? Understand that each tour will be different based upon your personal fears and can last up to 6 hours. Each guest will be mentally and physically challenged until you reach your personal breaking point. Do not wear expensive clothing. I mean, if they want to wear what they want to wear, let them wear it. Do not bring anything that cannot get wet. If anyone becomes rowdy, pushing, shoving, running, they will immediately be removed. No questions asked.
Oh, shit, that's the trick. That's how you get out. You just gotta push back.
Yeah, you just gotta start fighting motherfuckers, and then they have to kick you out.
Cheat code.
Anyone that has been drinking alcohol or taking drugs will not be allowed into the haunt and will be asked to leave the property. At check-in, you will be required to show ID. The waiver process for Descent will last 2 hours, okay? 1 performance per week, year-round. Specific requirements must meet in order to ever take the tour. Think about the average 10 to 20 minute haunt or theme park at Halloween and what you've experienced. Was it really interactive and scary? At the new McKamey Manor, you will experience thrills that you have never seen before. You will be tested to your very core. If things become too much, you can always quit. Can you, though?
You can say you quit, and there's several freaking videos of people saying you quit, and he's like, you can't quit. There is no quitting. We're not done with you yet. And then he just keeps going.
Right.
So that's bullshit. Unless he's changed. I mean, I don't know. I hope for people's sake that he has changed, but I doubt it. No, he never let people quit.
Right. So, warning and haunt rules. You experience the following at McKamey Manor. Intense audio, lighting, okay? Extremely low visibility, strobe and fog effects, damp and wet conditions, wet in all caps, physically demanding environments, close contact with creatures. You might be touched. Very real and graphic scenes of horror. Not recommended if you are pregnant. Jesus Christ, okay?
Pregnant?
Yeah, not recommended. Like, if you're pregnant, you can still come, but we don't recommend it, right?
Imagine that kid. Jeez.
Not recommended if you are claustrophobic, have seizures or heart respiratory conditions, or if you're a big fucking bitch.
Wimp.
What him?
Wimp.
Yeah, wimp. No smoking, drinking, eating, running. No running in the halls, or touching of props or actors. You can't touch the actors, but they can pull your hair out. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
McKamey Manor reserves the right to refuse admission to anyone for any reason. The guest, you, by the way, voluntarily assumes all risks, dangers associated with participation of this event. Enter at your own risk. McKamey Manor retains exclusive rights to use all visual images captured for public and private showing. I mean, honestly,
and after reading all that, people still want.
Yeah, honestly, I'm down. Yeah, let's just.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and like go. Location and oh my goodness, like this looks like a website that I would make in my web design class.
You should reach out to him and be like, "Hey, so
Yeah, I literally
your
made
website.
this website when I was in 9th grade in HTML.
That's
like,
what I'm
this is
saying.
not.
I
Like
can do some free upgrades for you."
like my web design 1 projects looked exactly like this. Like Brady McDonald, LA Times, entertainment reporter. Over the years, I've been through my fair share of theme park mazes, independent haunted attractions, and backyard spook fests. So I'd like to think I've seen it all, from the mundane to the extreme, but I've never experienced anything like McKamey Manor, and I can safely say I will never forget the experience. McKamey Manor is unlike any other haunted house I've ever seen. Not a haunted house, amateur or professional, truly terrifying.
So that does imply that he at least sat through part of it.
Yeah, he actually like
There's no
went
report
in. So that,
Yeah.
This is a review.
yeah, and I think it's LA.
Yeah.
It's from an LA Times entertainment reporter, Brady McDonald.
Notice how it doesn't say if it's good or bad. It just says that it's unlike any other haunted house.
Yeah, it honestly sounds like a review that he gave Russ like seconds after the haunt was like done, and he's like shaking and
Still
traumatized.
shell-shocked.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like, so what do you think? It's just like, come on, Brady, I need this for this website. You got to say something. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Frequently asked questions. Good Lord.
Oh my.
All right, where's the locations? Now open in Summertowns, Tennessee, Huntsville, Alabama. Call that number. Is there an age limit? 18 to 20. How long does it take you to go through? Depends on how well the guest does.
Oh,
That's
18.
ominous as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as their body endures, like right before they die. Do you use strobe lights? No. I thought they said they did in the other page.
Maybe they did for McKamey, but not for Descent, because that's what this appears to be
True.
catered towards.
Right, okay. Is McKamey Manor handicap accessible? Yes. If you're disabled,
Good for them.
yeah.
Good for them.
If you're disabled, come here so we can,
I don't
exactly.
Isn't that a legal requirement? So I don't know if I would give
I
them
think,
props for
as
that.
I'm sure we'll get into at some point, this is dancing around the very contours of, tort law.
Yeah. Is there security? You are being filmed at every moment at McKamey Manor. Every group is filmed during the tour as well. That's not security, but okay.
It doesn't answer my fucking question.
Is there security? You are being filmed. No, a security camera does not count as security. That's not what we're asking.
That's not even a security camera necessarily.
Yeah,
That's just them recording.
Yeah, that's just recording with their freaking phones. I think there's like a clip of like somebody like recording like for McKamey Manor like during a haunt, and they were like, "Oh damn, the battery's low. Shit, we can't record no more." And it's like, "What the hello, guys? Will the actors touch us, or can we touch the actors?" Yes, the actors will come into contact with you, but you cannot touch the actors or props.
Which, from a scientific perspective, doesn't make a ton of sense. But whatever.
Well, I will say some haunts, most haunts actually do have that rule, like Field of Screams, Penhurst Asylum. They do say the actors will touch you, but you can't touch the actors. But of course, when they say the actors will touch you, that means they're gripping at your ankles.
Yeah,
and shit.
they're actually just touching you, like not ripping your hair out or feeding you shit.
Yeah.
I want to do a story on your haunted house. Do you have a question? Call me at this and email me at this.
Hold on. Can we look at his email address, by the way?
Musical excitement with Russ at yahoo.com.
Wait,
What?
Yeah, it's a fantastic email. Because if I think I've seen this guy like on his YouTube channel. He'll upload like videos of him like singing covers of music.
He was that, yeah. He was the guitarist in the Navy ship. So
Oh yeah, he did do that as well. Can we be thrown out of the haunt for any reason? Yes, we do not allow foul language, pushing, vulgar behavior, weapons of every kind, smoking, drugs, alcohol. We have a list of rules that must be followed, a waiver, da-da-da-da-da.
So you can be waterboarded and drowned, but you can't say fuck after that? Like,
Yep.
really?
Yeah.
Can't say the fuck word.
Yeah, no foul language. Come on, guys. We gotta,
you have to be professional.
Can we be injured at your haunt? You must be in I love how it, right out of the gate doesn't answer the question. You must be in good health. All right. First and foremost, to participate in this extreme tour, you will incur very physical and mentally demanding environments. Make sure you follow the rules. You must read the warning page and sign the waiver form before you enter the haunt. Do not attend if you have medical conditions that might cause you an injury. Do not enter our haunted house if you are prone to seizures or have any kind of respiratory conditions, especially asthma or heart condition. Do not enter if you have broken bones, cast, or are pregnant. Okay, so pregnant women can't be in, period. Okay.
Where do you put your keys is what I want to know. Because I think from what I've heard, you like meet up with this guy at a certain location. Like, what the hell are you supposed to do with your keys?
I don't
They
know.
might just be stored or something.
Yeah, just like give them to
He
somebody.
might give you a box or something.
Yeah. How do I make a reservation? How to advance recommendation? Admission fee. A voluntary donation is recommended. Voluntary donation of dog food, and he gives it to the dog association. We have a photo gallery here, which is good.
Oh my god, yeah, it's a no for me.
Oh,
It's an
yeah.
absolute no for me. The tarantulas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. We got
Okay.
we got this. We got okay. Yeah, that's
She's like now.
that's a nice composition. That's like a horror movie. You got the buzzsaw right in the foreground, kind of blurry, and you got the screaming subject in the background.
Does want to be a videographer. He says he likes cinema and he views what he does as a composition almost. It's very cinematic. He says.
This guy's got a
don't know
name
what you-
tag on. Okay, they give him name tags. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
We got this guy. We got this. Okay, this
Oh,
yeah, this looks lovely. Yeah, lock you in a freezer and pour bullshit on you. Here we go. Everybody's always
People having a grand
freaking
time.
soaking wet.
Yeah.
They really.
That person looks like they were naked.
I think that might have been a mannequin actually.
Oh no.
That guy. Okay. Yep. Just everybody is just like coated in red paint. They're soaking wet. They're probably freezing. Yeah. This is about what I would think every person when they get into it would like be feeling. It's just like, why the fuck did I do this? Yep.
Ew.
Yep. And they
What are
will
they
they'll
talking
feed you
about?
stuff.
I'm really scared what that last guest thing is about.
Last
What do you-
guest.
And underneath photos.
Does that mean their previous guest?
Their
that
last
means-
guest. What the
Oh,
hell?
maybe it's a video.
Oh, it's a different kind of. Is it a different kind of
Attraction.
McKamey Manor,
Yeah.
your reality. Do not want this.
I'm guessing it's just probably the last one that did it in their video.
Yeah. It's probably their most recent guest. And this is
Maybe.
their like little snuff film that they have on them. Movies part 1.
Here's all the footage.
Yep. So it's probably just a shit ton of the haunts right there. We got 11 pages of that, and we got 9 pages of the YouTube movies, I guess. Yep. Just like all of their shit.
Their accolades? Yeah.
Yeah. We got their media publications, their flyers, extreme scares. Yes, scares. Yeah, it's gonna be very scary. Haunted attraction, haunted rejection, more like. This is literally just their last page. It's just this. It's just this
Yo,
photo.
You really don't want
Is that like a family?
I didn't know you could do a whole
Yo,
family.
can you
excursion
imagine?
here.
Can you imagine your parents being like, "Oh, kids, we're gonna have a nice family time on this Sunday evening," and then this is what you get to do.
Yeah, and then you see Russell, and then you're just like, oh fuck, wait a minute. So that's pretty much all the website. I think we should like get into this waiver. Norman, you want to lead the way with this?
This is the waiver that you have to sign to get out of or to participate in the McKamey Manor experience. It's a waiver, release, and indemnity agreement. Waiver, release, and indemnity basically refer to ways that McKamey Manor can basically can be absolved of liability. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So participant agrees that if the police are called or appear on scene, that participant acknowledges that this is just a game. This is a really interesting way for McKamey Manor to basically escape liability.
Right.
Because in civil law, there's this doctrine called assumption of the risk, and that's actually what's in number 4 right now. What that means is if someone tells you about the risk of something and then you voluntarily take on that risk anyway, they can't be held liable for your actions in taking on that risk. So for example, if I say something like, I want to go bungee jumping, but there's a possibility that the cord would snap, and you say, yeah, that's fine, whatever, I'm gonna do it anyway. That's assumption of the risk in a nutshell. Basically, you know that something's dangerous, and then you're going to do it anyway.
Right.
And that's part of the reason why they say you really don't want to do this all over their website, is because it's probably true. You probably really shouldn't do this. But I don't know if it's bravery or stupidity, but they decide to do it anyway, and then they get kind of wigged out when they realize how scary it is. Well, no shit, it's scary. That's why they have the waiver here. For frame of reference, the first time I read this was when I was at a theme park, and I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever read in my entire life, because I was too much of a weenie to go on some roller coasters, so I sat and read this waiver all the way through. It's a little snippet into my life. Yeah, representation of physical and mental condition, that's fine. Binding legal document, again, hold harmless and full indemnification. Indemnification basically means like you're insulated from liability. Photographs and video footage. Participant hereby gives consent to McKamey Manor and Russ McKamey and any other associates of McKamey Manor to photograph, film, videotape, and then use, reproduce, and publish the images of participant at its discretion. So by participating in this, you agree to be photographed and displayed, whether for profit or not for profit, on McKamey Media. The thing that I think scares me the most about something like this, depravity is only limited by creativity, right? So the reason you have to put these rules in here is because somebody contemplated this thing would happen. And it is a little bit scary to think that like this dude came up with all of these ways that you can scare or otherwise harm somebody, even though they're still hiding behind this veil of assumption of the risk.
Participant agrees to understand that your life in reality is not in danger. So just basically the standard stuff right here. Understands that they realize that they're not being tortured. They're not being tortured, and this is just a game.
Which I think creates a really interesting implication for this, right? He understands that this conduct would be tantamount to torture.
Right.
Like a lot of the stuff that you see in here, and this thing is long. It's 23 pages, and I think like 80 of these are things that could happen to you. So he knows what this could be read as, and he's there to hide behind it. So I don't know what may come of this, but I do think it's extremely interesting.
Participant understands that they're never being held against their will, even though people have...
That comes in later.
Yeah.
The safe word comes in later.
Did you see 23?
23.
Yeah, 23 is insane.
Participant understands and agrees that they are not being beat up, kicked, slugged, or actually physically harmed. You will
the hell they're not.
You will be roughed up, but no one is there to hurt you.
You're not being beat up, you're being roughed up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Knowing this, McKamey Manor is very rough and not for the meek.
Not for whims.
Yeah, not for bitches like most people. Participants.
This is the most like Giga Chad way of writing a binding contract.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Participants will have bumps, bruises, possible black eyes, swelling of the face. But you're
not getting beat up.
You will be roughed up, but no one's there to hurt you. Black eye, possible black eyes is not being. You're not being beat up, but you're gonna leave with black eyes, possibly.
And you're not being held against your will.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What's 29?
29. Participant agrees to and has full knowledge that if selected to visit the barber, participant may leave McKamey Manor completely bald, including eyebrows.
Bald.
The barber should be in quotes, and there should be like a trademark icon like next to it.
Registered trademark.
Oh my god, look at 30.
Participant agrees and acknowledges that mouse traps are used within the tour, which may result in bruising, cutting, or breakage of fingers.
Yeah, but not getting.
Yeah, but they're not getting hurt.
Yeah,
no one intends.
No one's getting hurt. We're not intending to hurt you. Those just happen to be there. We didn't place them there.
I think we need to look at the definition of roughed up.
Yeah. Let's see.
Very, very conspicuously not defined in this contract.
Yeah, look up roughed up and then look up beat up.
Roughed up. If someone roughs you up, they attack you and hit you or beat you.
Hello.
Got him, boys.
Which they specifically said in the contract is not what roughed up means.
Let's see what Merriam-Webster says. To hit and hurt someone.
Thank you.
Right.
That's the thing about this is like this contract was very clearly not drafted by somebody who knows the law.
Mhm.
It's drafted by someone who has a very rudimentary understanding of the law, but not someone who knows it well enough to like kind of fully insulate themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But this definitely shows that they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
100%.
Wait, go back up to 31. Go back to 31. Participant agrees that if selected, they can be buried alive under 12 feet of dirt and rock, which they will have a limited amount of air and that they will have to figure out how to escape, and they could possibly breathe in a significant amount of dust or foreign objects that may cause death if the participant does not breathe properly or hold their breath at the right time.
Does not breathe properly.
Breathe, idiot.
Yeah, it's just breathe. You don't know how to breathe?
Can you imagine? Like, I guarantee you, McKamey Manor has gone to court from previous guests. And
I think
can you
they have.
imagine? Well, yeah, they have to. I mean, the person literally just said you could be buried alive. But can you imagine the judge, after reading all this, he looks at the, I don't know, what is it called, the prosecutor, and he's like, "You did this?" It is 100% the participant's responsibility to use the safe phrase if they feel they are suffering from any bodily injuries or any mental impairments, or if the tour becomes too much for the participant in any way. But Matt, you said that they can keep going.
In several instances, they've kept going. In several instances, the safe word has been said, or they say, "I quit. I don't want to do this anymore." They're making it very clear that they do not want to participate anymore, and yet he still keeps going.
So that's a violation of their own contract. So
Right.
there
Mhm.
must be another section in this contract that says that they can basically violate their half of the agreement.
We reserve the
wonder-
right to deny
Norman,
the safe word.
Is that even something like you're even allowed to put into a contract?
The thing about you know, 100% the participant's responsibility.
No. So basically, number 36, they're basically saying it is your responsibility to say the safe word. If you don't say the safe word, it's on you, which, despite everything, I mean, that's pretty clear. But Matt says he's seen McKamey Manor continue to torture the person after the safe word has been used. So my question is it possible that in this contract, McKamey Manor has the right to breach their side of the agreement?
I don't think so. I mean, because the idea of a contract is both parties have to abide by it, and I mean, there's probably, based on my understanding, there's probably several conflicting provisions in here, and they have to have some manner of attorney here who will interpret this. But I don't, based on how you described it, no, I don't think that's kosher for them to do.
Well, look at number 39. I think that answers our question. It looks like maybe a safe word is sometimes offered, but sometimes not offered.
Participant understands for this specific show only, the participant is being offered a safe phrase. It is up to the participant to use this phrase due to their weakness if they feel they need such a weak precaution of the safe phrase.
Again, mega
Chad behavior.
Due to their fucking bitch energy.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
This is McKamey Manor, not Weenie Hut Jr.
Yeah, if you're a bitch, you can use the fucking safe word, but you're gonna be put up on the wall of pussies.
They
I wonder if
come
that's
into
what it is.
contact with raw sewage.
If participants
Yeah.
don't select a safe word, maybe that's when they're like, "Oh, even if you say I quit, we won't stop."
What
I don't know.
agrees and
but
understands.
That seems preposterous to think about. That seems
yeah.
ridiculous. Because I think that McKamey does have the ability. I vaguely remember reading this, and I'm not sure if it's in here, so don't quote me on this. But they can like call off what's going on if they think that you're in danger. But there's like all sorts of just ridiculous provisions that are associated with that. Like it could technically continue after they decide to call it. I think that they said that like the McKamey Manor stuff can continue for 48 hours after you leave, which is
What the fuck?
insane to me.
I haven't heard that, but that is wild. That's
I vaguely remember reading that in here. If this is the same document,
Where they fucking come like knocking on your door and then they kidnap you again. It's just like, oh no,
they could, yeah.
you're still in the game. Actually, what the fuck?
the problem is that Russ, in most of these circumstances, Russ is the one who decides when you stop, and he's no medical professional to my knowledge. So how's he know if someone's not physically or mentally able to continue? We don't really know, but yeah, apparently he's the one that says, "Oh, okay, like they can't take anymore." So
Right.
you don't get to decide that; he does.
And I doubt he
So
has
I
a medical
wonder-
professional on site. So
Right.
But I wonder if because of his military background, he can claim that he has experience knowing whether or not someone has reached their limit or not.
I wouldn't put him past it to use that as like a reason not to have a medical professional on site. He probably has some paper that he can show that he's like, oh, I'm certified in this.
Yeah, like there's,
Yeah.
I mean, all of these are saying they're fully agreeing that McKamey Manor is not forcing them to do this, that they are the ones who are willing to wait. Oh my God, slips and falls such as ankle, knee, back injuries, spine strains, and tears is not the fault of. So if you break your back and you are paralyzed, it is not their fault.
Yeah, just do better, walk better, idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
You mean you slipped and fell because we splashed frickin' sewage all over the ground? That's not our fault. Walk, idiot.
47's my favorite one in here so far. Participant fully understands that they may incur injuries resulting from scare tactics where participant may react by pulling away, resulting in falling on the ground, into walls, onto props or actors, etc., and that they will not hold McKamey Manor liable.
Libel.
The word is liable, partner. Libel is libel, though a legal term, it's something completely different.
So hold on. So Norman, because they misspelled there, does that mean that there's
No, I mean the intent's there. Like the intent is to absolve them of liability, but libel is like defamation.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Guys, have you heard of frickin' Grammarly?
So
Just
even-
run it through Grammarly right quick.
so even if I'm writing up a contract and I clearly misspell something because my intent was to say this word?
Yeah, the intent controls. The intent controls there.
Okay.
I think it's been a while since I've done contract stuff, but I think that's my recollection of it at least.
All right, Norman, where's all the stupid stuff in this waiver?
I mean, I'm pointing it out as I see it. The carbon monoxide poisoning one's pretty insane. We don't intend to hurt you, but you may suffer from carbon monoxide poisoning. Oh, the 51's pretty bad. Fully understands that injuries may occur during their tour, which may include, but are not limited to, head, neck, and back injuries, death, stroke, traumatic brain injury, brain aneurysm, cerebral or retinal hemorrhage, subdural hematoma, loss of consciousness, whiplash, harmful heart reactions, nausea, headache, dizziness, lacerations, broken or sprained bones, torn ligaments, bleeding wounds, scrapes and or cuts, heat stroke, or drowning, and does not hold them responsible.
Yeah, all these things could happen to you, but we're not the cause of that. That's on you, because you're dumb enough to frickin' sign this waiver.
The thing that I'm interested in knowing is, he may have put all of that stuff in the contract, but I wonder how many people have actually gone through that. Because like Norman said, like whoever wrote this contract thought of all the different things that could happen to all different types of people. But I wonder how many people have actually gotten a stroke.
I mean, I imagine that because the thing I seem to remember this as well is you may be subject to all some or none of the things that are here, right? Because I think in the screening, they actually ask you what your worst fears are, and then they cater that to it.
Right. But this is
For instance, if Doug, you're really afraid of being electrocuted, they might frame the experience based on that.
Hold on, can we go back to 54? I find that one just oddly specific
54.
and kind of
Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be crushed in a pit by various objects.
We're not here to beat you up.
We're not here to hurt you.
Could be an 18-wheeler, could be like a dinner plate. We don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could just throw a bunch of furniture in a hole and you're at the bottom of the hole, but we're not here to hurt you.
56.
Yeah.
56.
It may be fish hooked.
Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be fish hooked, which may inadvertently cause rippage of the mouth area.
Oh my God,
Inadvertently,
59.
accidentally, guys.
59. Participants fully understand that if they visit... Oh, where did it go? Without Novocaine!
Wait. Fully understands and agrees that if they are selected to visit the dentist... Oh, they put this one in quotes. No trademark, though.
I put that in quotes.
Yeah.
So this person's actually not licensed. The barber was.
Yeah.
That's what the difference is.
That may they have a tooth extracted without Novocaine and will not hold McKamey Manor liable. Yeah, so we will, rip out one of your teeth, which if you do it wrong or you don't get help in time, could leave you permanently without a tooth.
And according to number 60, they won't even give it to you back.
That their teeth may be accidentally chipped, broker, or lost will not hold McKamey Manor responsible.
Maybe broker.
Yeah, so
or libel, once again.
Yeah, or libel. So if
Wobble.
they rip out your tooth and accidentally drop it in the sewage, that's just what you signed up for.
You are not getting your tooth back.
Yeah. How about you? How about
maybe
you?
maybe Russ McKamey is secretly the tooth fairy.
Yeah.
Yo.
Maybe that's the problem.
That's where he gets all the extra teeth
I mean,
from.
that reading that is enough for me to wanna put this guy in jail. Like,
And we're not even halfway through this waiver, by the way.
No,
Yeah.
we're not even a third of the way through the
we're
waiver.
on page 7. There's 23 fucking pages. Oh, a
Yeah.
lot of one-liners
MK
here.
Ultra Mind Control.
Understands and agrees that MK Ultra mind control may be used.
What?
I don't even know what that is.
What does that
Yeah, me
even
neither.
mean? Are they gonna play you some freaking old footage of Abraham Lincoln talking or some shit? What? Participant fully understands and agrees that water torture may be used. Yeah, that's the waterboarding. Understands that, agrees that nail may pierce their hand.
Not intended to harm you.
We're
May
not.
pierce your hand. Not intended.
We're not trying to hurt you. That nail was just there. You shouldn't have put your hand near it.
Just roughing you up a little bit.
Yeah. Understands and agrees that their hand may be smashed with tools. Yeah, we're gonna break all your
Not
hand.
intended, just roughing you
Yeah,
up.
we're just
Seriously.
roughing you up a little bit. We're gonna smash all your hand bones and
Oh,
your fingers and
68.
everything like that. You know, that's
Oh my
that's
God.
great. You probably won't be able to use your hand anymore. Maybe you'll have to have it amputated because it goes freaking gangrenous. But that's not. We're not trying to hurt you guys. Understand and agrees that their nails may be removed from their nail beds.
That's horrific. Oh my
Yup.
god.
Right, that's great. You know, that's also something that can't be fucking like repaired. So you're just gonna
No,
permanently
Norman,
lose your nail.
do you think that does this contract just get worse the more we go down?
Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned.
Participant fully understands and agrees that medication may be given that induces hallucinations. Oh, so they're just gonna feed you LSD.
Wait,
Or
What?
they sedate you.
Right. Okay. So you can't use drugs. You can't bring alcohol or use drugs.
Unless
We're
it's
gonna
their
we're
drugs.
gonna supply you with that. That's why they don't want you to
Yeah.
bring them.
How nice of them.
Well, I guess yeah, because like they could synergize and make it worse or something.
Also, another thing. So this McKamey guy, he decides, like you said, he decides when you're done, right?
Yep.
I think
well,
so. Yeah.
Pretty much.
And how do you win again?
You gotta,
You don't.
you gotta.
Go down.
I mean, yeah, you don't, but you gotta survive till the end of the night. Which Russell's not gonna end your night. He's gonna make sure that you leave because he's got a reputation to uphold, or he just doesn't have the fucking $20,000 to pay you.
He doesn't have the 20K, and even if someone makes it through the full 8 hours, he'll just magically declare that they're not unfit, or that they are unfit, excuse me, to continue.
Mhm.
So that's what I've heard. Yeah.
So some people have actually gotten close, and
Oh, yeah,
he
some
just
people-
says that.
I think someone, Norman, you might know more about this, but if I think it was someone actually did try to sue him because they said they completed it and didn't get the 20K. I've heard.
I mean, so the problem is it's not clearly defined in here what constitutes the end of the experience, right?
Mhm.
And that may be something that's like client specific, but if it's like, okay, so let's say the event starts at 9 o'clock in the morning and it ends at 5 o'clock at night. That might be grounds for you to say, okay, I last until 5 o'clock, run me my money. But if it's devoid of that, then I don't think they have any recourse. This just sounds like a glorified torture house.
Yeah, I heard stories of there was this one guy that apparently like nothing was affecting. Russ kept doing stuff, and he was like, "So you like it here? You think people should come here?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, just get a full night's sleep. Yeah, it's fine." Yeah, and he was
Ace
just
King.
like totally unaffected by everything. And Russ decided to call it. He ended it. He's like, "You're out of here," and he ended the session. I think 'cause
Wait,
he knew
go
this
back up
guy
to
was about
go
to
back
win.
up to 72 because I think 72 is the worst one on here.
Oh, good. Participant fully understands and agrees that McKamey Manor will use hallucination tactics such as name calling.
Humiliation.
How dare they?
Humiliation tactics such as name calling.
How dare they?
They're gonna call you a dummy head. That's the worst thing that's gonna
Mean.
happen to you in here. They're just gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna hurt your feelings. It won't
Yeah,
hurt you
not to be
physically.
contrasted, 74 or 75.
Yeah, you know.
They may have a plastic bag or plastic wrap on their face, which could possibly cause suffocation, blackouts, etc. And participant will not hold McKamey Manor responsible or liable.
Yeah.
I'm getting him a dictionary.
Yeah, we're gonna strangle you, but we're that's on you because
Just button you up.
you signed the waiver. Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be enclosed in a chamber with live animals, which may include mice, rats, roaches, tarantulas, millipedes, centipedes, snakes, spiders, potato bugs, worms, larvae, snails, slugs, grubs, and crickets.
And that is when I tap out,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
The fuck kind of
Everything else,
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm tapping out at like
No.
I'm tapping out at like part 2 of this.
yeah. What the fuck?
Not
Yeah, what
25.
the fuck is this fear factor shit? That's just some
Go back up to 70 per se.
70.
This is a benefit, maybe.
But-
hey, you get a free tattoo.
Participant
I
agrees.
can't imagine they're following protocol
May-
here. I just can't
Receive
imagine
a
it.
tattoo or piercing. It is a responsibility to care for such tattoo in order to not get hepatitis or other infection. Yeah, so we're just gonna give you a tattoo
Responsibility of
with a
who?
dirty
Disgusting.
needle, by the way, and you
Yeah,
just got to
yep.
deal with that.
Mhm.
We're not trying to hurt you.
Hope you're up to date on tetanus.
Yeah. Confirms that they are not confirms that they are
Oh,
not
what?
electronically wired for surveillance.
Which runs directly in the face of their advertisement where they say, yeah, we have cameras watching you.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's the thing. This experience is internally inconsistent.
Right.
Like, can't somebody say like, yo, like your contract is like not consistent at all? Like, you need to do a better job at this or something like that.
I mean, the only thing would be is that they redraft it, but even that I think is kind of lame. I mean, this contract is also 7 years old, so it's possible that it may have changed since then. This is the most recent one I could find.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder though that because the whole thing is if let's say Andre, you and I have a contract together, and I don't perform the contract as I should, you can then sue me for breach. And the damages that you would receive would be whatever you would expect the benefit of that contract to be. So in this case, if the terms of this contract are breached, you don't get damages for like pain and suffering. You get damages for, whatever you should have received from the contract.
Right.
And I don't know quite what that would be. I'm sure, and there's other measures of damages that you could use there, but I think this contract is rife with issues.
Oh yeah.
But I think hiding behind that assumption of the risk thing is like a impenetrable barrier. They've never been arrested or incarcerated for a felony. That's pretty funny.
Participant fully agrees to continue the tour and challenges themselves during the McKamey Manor experience. Participant
There it is.
agrees to have the tour continue no matter what the participant may say at the time of their panic state of mind.
A safe word is meaningless.
Yeah.
It is meaningless.
That's it right there. The safe word doesn't work. You agree that you will stay the full 8 hours or whatever, however long Russell decides to keep you chained up and freaking poking you with a cattle prod.
Yeah.
And then there's
And then 91
that
bleeds into that
further-
too.
Yeah.
There's no quitting until the staff of McKamey Manor stops the show due to completion or because participant is at a physical or psychological level that it is best the tour is stopped. They're the ones making that judgment call, they're not the ones with psychological experience.
Yeah. They're making that judgment call, and they're not medical experts, and they don't have medical experts on staff. I don't believe that they do. At many times during their tour, have their entire body, including face, submerged completely in water, and that a participant will be forced to hold their breath. Participant also agrees to do these activities while having duct taped over their eyes and mouth and a mask over their face. Okay, so
94 is pretty funny, by the way.
Participant has been told several times and on more than one occasion by Russ McKamey and others not to take the McKamey Manor tour. Participant has heard all of his warnings and refuses to listen to his recommendations not to take the McKamey Manor
So it's
tour.
your fault. Everything that happens to you is your fault.
Yeah, he's a saint, guys. He's a saint.
Yeah. Everything that happens to you is your fault, which I do pretty much believe, because if you're going up, if you're watching the videos, he tells you, requires you to watch the videos, the interview where he tells you not to do this. If you're reading this waiver and you're still doing this, for the most part, you're getting what you
yeah.
you got what
Oh,
you got coming to you. Like,
It takes a special kind of person
it
to do
takes
this
this.
kind of.
It's. I mean, it's hard to even believe that the people who are participating are actually reading the waiver. It's like it's a waiver. Like, people don't read that shit. They just go to the bottom and sign that shit. It's like, it's really intense and scary and
Yeah.
spooky and spoopy. Oh, okay. And then they sign it and they give it to the man, and it's just like, did you read it? And it's just like, yeah. And it's like, okay.
There was this one girl from Kuwait of all places, that came just to the U.S. just to do this. She did it twice. she did it. I think back-to-back years she came to this place, and I don't know if she had like an addiction to trauma. I mean, that is a thing.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Like wanted to push herself more and more to get more extreme, and it's I don't know. I can't understand the minds of some of these participants.
I mean, apparently they're like, I mean, how good does your life have to be that you're just like, you know what? I want to be tortured. I want to know what
Actually-
that's like.
Can you scroll down a little bit so I can see the other half of 97?
Participant that fully understands and agrees that they will never receive any money for anything that is sold or broadcasted concerning the. Okay, so they're just kind of covering themselves.
I didn't see. Obviously, I didn't see the second half. I literally thought that was about to say participants fully. I assumed it was going to say participants fully understand and agree that they will never receive money for completing the
Yeah.
manor.
So it's just for advertising purposes that they have a cash prize.
Wait, look at 99. Participant fully agrees and demands that they want to push themselves as hard as possible inside the McKay tour, no matter how many times participant may say they want out of the tour. Participant is being clear that no matter what they say, participant wants the tour to continue.
Okay.
That's
So
putting
Safe word is meaningless.
yeah. So at one point early on, this like they specifically say that this tour will be like catered to you and your like breaking point and anything. But here they're just defining your breaking point for you. Participant agrees that if they pass out, smelling salts will be administered to see if the participant is faking or not.
Okay, that's fucked up because honestly,
He currently has a shaft of rebar sticking out of his chest. Yeah, it's administered from spelling cells.
I thought maybe that would be a good way to get out of it, is just pretend you passed out and then be like, oh, okay, I passed out. So then he'd think, okay, they're done, but he won't even fucking let you do that.
Yeah. You can't pass out. Hell, you might not even you might not even be allowed to die. Like if you die, if your heart stops, defibrillator will be used to shock you back to life so you can continue your tour.
I think.
Yeah, kind of. Like, that's the crazy part, is you're kind of right.
Well, it seems like really what Matt said earlier is really the only way to get out of this. You gotta start swinging.
All right.
Yeah, honestly.
Participant acknowledges that even though participant has decided to quit the tour will from that point slowly ramp down to continue with the illusion for film purposes. This may include roughing up, so it's still gonna beat the shit out of you. Participants head underwater, choking, actors harassing participants, slapping, etc., until the walk of shame begins.
What is that?
You're on the dock of shame, boarding the boat of losers, and leaving Camp Wawanakwa. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Camp
It's
Wawana.
it's capitalized, so that's a vocab word we need to define later. Participant hereby, I saw 100%, and I was like, I'm reading this. Participant hereby certifies that they are 100% medically qualified. Oh, that's boring. Actually, never mind.
Yeah, and then the second one's the same thing. It's mentally qualified.
Yeah.
He said, oh, that's boring.
She's like, oh, you're physically qualified. Yeah, whatever. You pass a physical, you do some push-ups, whatever. Participant will be given a safe phrase. If participant uses the safe phrase, the tour will slowly come to a stop, but harassment, shoving, etc. will continue until participant completes their walk of shame. There's that walk of shame again.
I will harass you the entire time you're in here.
Yeah, so I will harass you the entire time you're like drying off, walking back to your car. We might even still throw stuff at your car while you're driving away, but we're not liable for any damages, and you have to, pay all that. Participant acknowledges that even though they have quit the tour, participants will still be hooded until drop off. Oh, right. So you don't even walk to your car. You got kidnapped and brought here, right?
Yeah, they take you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So is that the walk of shame? There's a drive of shame too. So
133 right there.
Participants acknowledge that if they quit the tour, they will endure a 1 mile walk of shame back to their vehicle. Okay, that's what it is.
Hopefully they still have their keys.
1 mile. Okay, so you park 1 mile out, they kidnap you and drive you, but you have to walk that mile back to your car.
Yeah.
Probably barefoot.
Uphill both ways.
Bleeding.
10 feet of snow on the ground.
Yeah, with a broken femur. Whatever else that happened to you, brain trauma, missing teeth, missing fingernails, a broken hand because they smashed it with a hammer, because that's fine.
137, dude.
If participant is asked by law enforcement or any concerned individual during their walk of shame, they will say nothing except point to the paper attached to their clothes explaining what has taken place. That they have failed McKamey Manor's extinction?
Is that what it was before the current haunt? I wonder.
I guess so. And the walk of
Maybe, yeah,
shame is their punishment.
And police will just be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
nothing weird here."
It's not the paper attached to their clothes explaining that they're a bitch and they're walking because they're a bitch.
Real.
She's like,
Norman, is
Yo.
that another example of intent? They intend to say whatever the current experience was?
Yeah, I think unless they just draft a new agreement for every like thing that they do, which I think is a possibility. I think it's extremely annoying if they decide to do that. But if they decide to do that, that's their prerogative.
mm-hmm.
So 138 kind of confirms what Norman was saying. I think this one is different than the Descent. Extinction sounds much worse.
Yeah.
6 hours.
It could be up to 36 hours.
36 fucking hours. You can fuck off.
Yeah,
with
so they
that.
can just continue it to us. But so what they could theoretically do is you could participate in it, go home, like say you're done, and then restart it if they really wanted to.
Mhm.
Oh, so it's not 30. I guess they would have to say 36 continuous hours.
Wait, are we at the bottom? Are we at the end?
Yeah, I think
No.
so.
This is a long number. 140 is long. Participant acknowledges and agrees that they will be required to wear headphones throughout the tour and will have various sensory sounds and distractions or deprivation. Participant acknowledges that they have freely and voluntarily entered this agreement after the adequate opportunity to review and discuss the terms and conditions. Blah, 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 blah. You've been given everything you need to know. You're a fucking idiot. Sign here.